So it has been quite a year for LEGO Star Wars, and I'm still not done with the Venator class Republic attack cruiser. Before the year's out, I wanted to get one last video for you guys, which is adding 3 more modifications to this beast. So you might be wondering, well, David, what about the Venator could you further modify? The set as is already great, and I would say yes, but we can still take it a step further. We can still make some changes here without changing the entire set. On the table here, I've got just a few simple modifications, basically add-ons or changes that would be tasteful to any LEGO Star Wars enthusiast. I've got a lighting kit from Light My Bricks, I've got a new stand here from I Display It, and probably what I'm most excited about, printed tiles to replace the stickers. So when we're done with this, the Venator's definitely going to be a lot more badass. So for the first modification on the Venator, I wanted to see if it was possible to print the 6x6 tile, specifically the open circle fleet symbol. This was one of my biggest complaints in my review. I was stating, why couldn't LEGO create a new piece, a new mold, or just somehow print on the 6x6 tile? I was infuriated by that and thought it was one of the biggest downsides on a $650 set. So LEGO said the reasoning why they had to use a sticker was because of a injection point. And you can see that on the 6x6 tile. It's a little circle and a little dot on the middle. They said that would cause issues with the pad printing. So I went to a pad printer and I asked them, could you do this? They said, sure, we can try. And so I have the results right here. As you can see here, there is quite a bit of variation when pad printing on a 6x6 tile. You can see that some show a little dot, some don't, some show the circle around the dot more. It really depends on exactly how the mold was created. Every LEGO piece is the same, but there is slight variations with the injection point and how that's clipped off when exiting the mold, and you can see that on the printing. And this is exactly why LEGO opted out from pad printing on the 6x6 tile. In my review, I discussed the idea of developing a new mold to make a new tile to replace this one, maybe putting the injection point on the side or somehow making it work where you could print on it. Obviously that hasn't happened, and I hope it still does, but in its current state, as you can see, yeah, you can print the 6x6 tile. It looks pretty good. Now, I will admit the dot is noticeable. So for me personally, I am still going to go with the printed route. So we're going to swap these out on the Venator. That's our first modification, is adding printed tiles to the set. Now I do plan on printing the rest of the pieces. There's only 6 that are stickers in the set. Those will come later next year in January 2024. So look out for those updates. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can follow that. But today I just have the open circle fleet prototype prints here on the actual LEGO 6x6 tile. These were blank and just normally printed on. And these aren't UV prints. These are genuine pad printed tiles, which is pretty awesome. So if you want to switch out your stickered plates for these pad printed ones, they'll be available for the first time on my next Whatnot stream, and who is the sponsor of this video. And I think I forgot to mention to you guys that I'm also going to be giving away a UCS Venator completely free thanks to our sponsor Whatnot. This is crazy. I've never given away something this big, this expensive, no strings attached. All you have to do is sign up on Whatnot down below. Now, for those of you who don't know what Whatnot is, it's a live shopping app that you can download both on iOS and Android. It's basically the live stream equivalent of eBay shopping in real time. It's a lot of fun. I'll be auctioning off other LEGO Star Wars minifigures and, of course, giving away this UCS Venator. Not only this, but I'm also giving away some LEGO Star Wars battle packs, some of those holiday dioramas. So it's a stream you're definitely not going to want to miss out on. Not only am I going to be giving away all these sets, but I'm also going to be selling some rare 2013, 2014 LEGO Clone Wars minifigures, clone troopers that I know you guys love, that'll be available also for the first time during my Whatnot stream. And now if you're new to Whatnot, down in the description below, you can sign up with my link and get a $15 credit that you can use during my stream. And in fact, that will cover the cost of these pad printed 6x6 plates that, again, will be available for the first time during my Whatnot stream. So when is all this going down? You can join my Whatnot stream December 16th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can bookmark the stream with a link down in the description as well. Thanks so much to Whatnot for sponsoring this video. This is the craziest giveaway I have ever done on the channel. The next modification that I have for you guys is removing and replacing the Venator Stand. Now the one that's included is just a Technic-based, brick-built, black stand that looks just fine. You know, it looks like every other LEGO Star Wars UCS stand, and it does the job. It holds the Venator up. It doesn't seem like it's gonna break off the stand or anything. but it doesn't look all that dynamic. It doesn't really make the Venator look like it's floating, and it doesn't create any type of interesting angles. It's just kind of flat on the table, which is fine, but I think we could take things a little bit further, and that's where iDisplay It comes in. Steve, the owner, is someone I've worked with for many years now. I think I've had his stands in my collection for at least 4 years, maybe going on 5. I think I've been using them since 2019, and none of them have ever broken on me. They're all acrylic, plastic-based stands that are completely transparent, so that's what I have here. This is a custom designed stand specifically for the Venator, and it honestly will make it look completely different and way cooler looking. Now, this packaging here doesn't look all that pleasing, but with the magic of video editing, you can see that everything is actually clear, that it's actually a fully transparent stand. Not only that, but we have some hardware here, some screws and caps that need to be put in place. And then we also have instructions of not only how to build the stand, but to attach it to the Venator, how to remove the other stand, the Lego built stand, and add the acrylic one here from iDisplay It. So the build process for this stand is extremely easy. It probably takes about 5 minutes to put together, and then maybe another 5 minutes to add it on to the Venator, remove the old stand, put the new one on. I will say it's a little tricky putting it on the Venator. You got to be able to hold the entire set with one hand while you put the set under the Venator, but other than that, it's a seamless experience. I didn't have any issues. This thing is custom made for the Venator, meaning it just slots in perfectly. You know, it's precision to the millimeter, accurate to the set, so you shouldn't have any issues unless you maybe built your Lego Star Wars Venator wrong, but as long as you built it right, you shouldn't run into any trouble. The instructions are very clear, straightforward. All you have to do is take the panels off the Venator, take the old stand off, put the new stand on. Now, I will say this stand in particular puts the Venator up at a 45-degree angle. And in order to do that, I would recommend putting this stand together just as a flat stand first, attach the Venator. Then what I would do is raise the Venator up on one side and attach the last 2 stands to get it up at an angle. That's just my personal recommendation. You can try to put the Venator on an angle, but I don't recommend that. So the results speak for themselves. As you can see, this stand is absolutely crazy. It puts the Venator at a 45-degree angle, which definitely reminds me of the first season of the Clone Wars, the Ryloth arc, when Anakin and Ahsoka are attacking the blockade around Ryloth, and you have that turning of the Venator on its side and doing that maneuver of having the Y-wings come out from under, and you know, it's pretty awesome, man. This thing looks sweet. This is personally my preferred way of displaying the Venator. This is how I want to put it on the shelves behind me because you can see a lot more of the set. When it's flat, unless it's a little bit elevated, you really can't understand the full size when you put it along a shelf. So that's where I think this stand really comes in, is it just shows your friends and family, and you honestly, how awesome and big the Venator is. Plus you can see the engines. I don't know, I like this angle, man. It looks really good. Completely changes the dynamic of the set. In my opinion, the stand is completely worth it. And it's clear, so it actually looks like the Venator is flying. I mean, you can tell the stand's there, but it's a lot better looking than the black stand that's included with the set. The last modification that I have for the Venator comes from a company called Light My Bricks, and you can guess what this is. It's adding lights to the Venator and just making it that much sweeter. So inside you'll find dozens of lights that you can add to the Venator, and there's of course instructions that will show you step by step how to remove the panels, where to add the lights, how to remove the pieces. In fact, it comes with some other Lego pieces to swap out on the Venator to make it look that much cooler. And overall, after about 2 to 3 hours of putting and installing these lights, the results were well worth it, and they look amazing. What the heck? All right. All right, this is legitimately crazy having all three Venators on one table. This is quite a sight. I haven't done this yet. Gotten them all on one table. I mean, this is awesome, is what it is. So we did a lot of experimenting here today. We added quite a few modifications. Obviously, if you guys saw my modification of this right here, I did two mods, both the bridge and the color swap of the entire Venator to make it look like the Imperial Venator at the end of Revenge of the Sith. Still looks awesome, even alongside the Republic Clone Wars variant here on either side. Still need to swap out the bridges, but that is something down the road that I'll do probably pretty soon. So we've done quite a bit to the Venator today, and honestly, this right here I think is the complete Venator for me. I can finally say, all right, I've done just about everything. The only thing really left for me is the pad printed tiles that I need to do here, as well as the back slopes. Once those have been made, then I just feel like, okay, it's perfect. You know, the lights, the stand, the pad prints, like that is where I want my Venator to be. Now this is kind of the ultimate enthusiast Venator here. Obviously you're already going to be spending $650, which is a ton of money on one Lego set, and then adding these other modifications like lights, like the stand, like the pad printed plates, then you're adding another couple $100 to the set. So this is really only for the die-hard people out there. Most people will be just happy with the Venator as is, but if you want to take the extra step, want to make it even more awesome in my opinion, then this is available. This is something you can add on one thing at a time, whether you start with the stand, whether you start with the Light My Bricks kit, whether you start off with swapping the plates, it's up to you. What's nice about all of these modifications that I've shown here today, as well as in my previous modification video, is that they're all optional. You can do it at your own pace. Maybe a year from now you swap out the colors. Maybe a year from now you add the stand. Maybe you add the light kit. It's up to you. What I think is cool though is that there is so much more that you can do to this set, and that's kind of the real point of this video. Let me know what you guys think of all these crazy modifications down below. I do want to thank Light My Bricks and iDisplay for sending their products over. They're not paying for this video at all. They just wanted me to take a look at them and give you guys my honest thoughts. And genuinely, I think they're great products and I definitely recommend them. And then lastly, of course, we have the pad printed tiles that you can swap out. And in the near future, I'll have pad prints of the slopes as well as these tiles as well. So yeah, this was a ton of fun to do. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Definitely get subscribed if you want to see more Venator videos. I don't know if I'm quite done with this set yet. I think I want to do one more thing with this set, but that'll come next year in 2024. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great and wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.